But hey, if you think I got everything wrong, I mean, the name of the channel is Resident Loser. No, it's not. Nope, that's not what it's called. Hey everybody, Resident Loser Jeremy here. Sorry for the clickbaity title. This is in fact the most epic drum miking comparison video ever. Probably not the most epic, but hopefully the most helpful. If you can see the desk here, they're everywhere. The goal here isn't to decide what microphone is best. The goal is to figure out what's most versatile for you, what could be the most useful in any number of situations. I'm hoping to do that by putting all of this in context. So we're playing one song, we're using one drummer, same preamps, same sticks, same heads, same set, everything, and we're just switching the mics out as quick as we can to minimize any variability. But hopefully you can hear what those differences are offering to the overall mix. And I will say, like, doing this, I have my own comfort area as far as what I normally mic a drum set with, and this kind of opened my eyes to some new possibilities. I don't really want to say what those are because I don't want to influence your decision. Everybody's idea on what sounds good on a drum kit is going to be different. I want to show you this against a typical rhythm section. So guitars, bass, and get an idea of what the differences in only the mic is going to do, not the mixing. Everything else is going to remain the same. The only difference is going to be the microphone. I started with a good general setup. For me, this is what I set up before anybody walks in the door. This is my 90% of the time setup. So we started with that from the mixing standpoint, mixing in quotes because we're just doing a very minimal mix here. But as far as setting the preamps, doing any EQing that we want to do, there's a lot of different mics going on. And those mics didn't change. The overheads didn't change. The snare bottom didn't change. The kick outside didn't change. The rooms didn't change. The things that did change were the close-up mics on the drums. I think most of the time for kind of a budget DIY recording studio, if you don't have an extremely flattering rooms, it is these close mics that are going to make the difference in the sound, not necessarily the room mics. So we started changing toms. My number one choice for toms is actually right here, the KSM 32. At least up to this point. If you've been to a recording studio ever to record drums, chances are you've seen this mic right here. This is the Sennheiser MD421, notorious for if you accidentally bump the mic, if you grab it in the wrong spot, or if you just look at it funny, this clip is just, the clip is falling off. Fantastic mic. I love it on toms. I love it on a lot of guitar cabs, bass cabs. Great mic, terrible mic clip. You can get different ones, but so we tried that out. Oh my gosh. There we go. And then lastly, we went with a 57 because what's cheap and what can everybody get their hands on? A 57. Now this one has the Granelli elbow in it that I installed. And by the way, if you are ever looking for SM57 shock mounts, the A55M. This is great. I don't know if that's what it's meant for, but it's what I use it for. So in the actual video, we're using just normal straight 57 for the toms. Now for the snare, we do start with this. We start with the Granelli and then we switch to a Beta 57A. I don't know that it sounds better than a 57. It sounds different, but what it does offer is a lot less bleed and you can hear that. So from there, we went to an SM7. Ta-da. SM7 is a really cool mic on a lot of stuff, and I've actually never used it on snare, but it's actually really cool. So I'm going to be using that a lot more often. On the kick, we started off with the trusty Beta 91. If you don't have this, this is really cool. It seems like you either love it or you hate it. I think on its own, it's terrible, but when you pair it with the right outside kick mic, it's just awesome. Especially because it has this little EQ dip switch on it. Dip in the mids every time. From there, we went to an RE20. This is another popular choice for really cool option. I rarely use it on kick, but I think I might start. We had to try the infamous D6, which we also tossed on toms. Ultra scooped sound. This might be your bag. I actually really like it on floor toms. And we also tried the SM7 on the kick drum, which was really cool. At the very end of all this, we wanted to try something that was just crazy. Options not ever typically used probably for a drum miking setup. So what we did was an RE20 on the rack tom, D6 on the floor. We used the SM7B for the kick drum. And then for the snare, I used a measurement microphone. We just wanted to see what would happen. I mean, even then, it still sounded pretty usable. I was kind of surprised with, after all these options, what I ended up liking the most. Kind of an eye-opener for me. I hope it's an eye-opener for you about how it is all in the hands. Stay tuned for that. So here we go. We're going to take a look at what these sound like in context, and we're going to go down the line and going to label it. I'm not going to do too much commentary because I want you to come up with what's right for you. Were you surprised by any of the options? I still think one of the coolest things you can get for a mic is this right here, the Grinelli. Super easy to install yourself, or you can just buy a new one with it on. So again, we want to say thanks to drummer extraordinaire Luke for coming by and helping us out. I hope you guys got to see what you liked and what you didn't like about each one of these combinations. If you guys want to see even more of these, let me know. These are just kind of the mics I have on hand and the mics that I was going to use. But if you want me to go further down this rabbit hole, let me know and I can get my hands on some different options and we can go from there. So let me know what options you guys liked. Let me know what mics you guys would put on your drum set down in the comments. If there was an option that you saw that you really think stood out, or if there was an option you think I did not include that I should next time. Let me know. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to be notified every time I put out a video. But hey, if you really didn't like the video, I mean, what did you expect? I named the channel Recording Studio Loser. Resident Loser Jeremy here. I'll see you next time.